Tony Quant here for Top Rope Press alongside WWE superstar Kane. Now Kane, obviously your European tour with WWE, how are you finding things so far?
Oh, it's great. We love to come here. We actually started in Saudi Arabia and significant travel and then came here. But it's always wonderful in the UK. Our fans are great. WWE Universe is very supportive. And we come here twice a year, and it's one of the highlights of our year.
And you've been in the WWF now for a long time. How have you refined your character to sort of keep relevant? You've been the Kane character now probably for 17, 18 years?
Yeah, sure. Well, I think that the key to longevity is being able to reinvent yourself and to adopt and incorporate different things into your character. So if you look at guys like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, or The Undertaker, the reason that they're able to stay around for so long is because they keep things interesting. And hopefully I've been able to do that as well. And a lot of it is just being open to change. I think sometimes we put blinders on and define our characters, our personas very narrowly, and are afraid to step outside of our comfort zone. Something I've never been afraid to do, especially if you watch like the Team Hell No stuff with Daniel Bryan. It's a significant departure from when I first started, especially. And now I'm sort of back to where I was, but nevertheless, I think that history helps me a lot.
And let's just go back to the first moment of the Kane character, one of the most sort of famous matches, Hell in a Cell between The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Can you just talk to us about how you was feeling going into that match, and the clock's ticking down for you to make your entrance? How was you feeling backstage?
Pretty nervous.
Yeah.
Because it was a huge deal. I mean, it was Undertaker and Shawn Michaels' first match, first Hell in a Cell. Of course, that time we didn't know what Hell in a Cell would develop into, what it would evolve into. So still, just the fact that he had two Hall of Famers, one guy in the Hall of Fame, one guy that's going to be in the Hall of Fame, involved in the match, two top guys in the company, and me being involved in that as well. There's a little bit of pressure on me at that point.
Yeah. And talking of the pressure, you defeated Steve Austin in your first sort of pay-per-view. Was that the highlight of your career so far, or what is the highlight of your career?
That's certainly one of them. I mean, winning your first world championship is a really big deal. Winning against Stone Cold Steve Austin is an even bigger deal. I would also put the WrestleMania, for my first WrestleMania with Undertaker, WrestleMania 14 Boston, up there as well. And there's been a lot of others as well. But I think what made those special too is those were right when the Attitude Era was kicking off. Yeah. Excuse me. So I think that that timing, to me, makes it really larger than anything else, almost larger than life, because we were just on a launching pad, and I got to be part of it.
And how have you found fans nowadays to be receptive to the new era of the brand split, Raw and SmackDown? How have you found that as someone who's been through so many eras?
Right. I mean, I think the great thing about our fans and WWE Universe is that they just love to see us perform, and I think people have been very receptive to it. And especially when you look at the SmackDown show, the fact that it's live now in the States where it wasn't before, that had always made Raw the flagship show of the brand. And I think now it's happened with SmackDown being live as well. That's really helped SmackDown as well. As I like the 2-hour format much better than I do the 3-hour format. I think it's incredibly hard to produce that sort of content every week. So I really believe that Raw is a bit of a disadvantage being on a 3-hour show as opposed to SmackDown. So I think in that respect, I think that SmackDown is really going places where it probably wasn't capable of going a few years ago.
Yeah. And I mean, you've achieved so much in the sport. What else is there for you to achieve, and how long do you see yourself doing this? Well, you probably get asked this question.
I do. It always makes me feel like people want me to retire.
No.
No, as long as I'm still performing at a high level, as long as I'm still having fun, and as long as I think that I'm giving the audience their money's worth, that's always been my benchmark for going on. It's rewarding for me now with some of the younger guys coming up and seeing what they're going to be capable of doing in the future and seeing them mature, and I'm happy to be part of that process. So I don't know if there's anything, I guess, sort of tangible really, but it's those intangibles and still being part of this great company with all the great people that we have here.
Yeah, and I understand outside of the sport you've sort of built up a company and you've been looking at politics as well. So how much is the election going to affect? I understand you were sort of waiting to hear what the election results were as to whether or not you was actually going to be looking to run in some form.
Well, it won't affect anything I plan on doing in the future, one way or the other. Frankly, I think that we put way too much emphasis on politics. And, I think it's actually people that make things happen. So, hopefully one thing about this election is it was very divisive. And that's the difference between politics and what we do in WWE. In WWE, we bring people together. It's great to see families there. It's great to see people of all different backgrounds, all ethnicities, everything at a WWE show. I mean, everywhere we go around the world, people just love WWE, and that's very gratifying to me to be part of something that really unifies people and gives them something, a touchstone that they have in common.